Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. My name is Dallin Anderson and today's video is called Thursday's Trading Tip. And today's tip of the day is don't do your charting and your price analysis on your exchange. So basically if you're using like Poloniex or Bitfinex or BitterX or whatever exchange you prefer, BitMEX, it doesn't matter what exchange you're using. It's better to do your chart analysis on a different website or another place that has more tools and you can actually, interact with the chart better. There's places like Coinigy.com, which is actually pretty awesome, and that can connect all of your exchanges to a better charting software. But we're just going to use a free one today called TradingView. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Let's just get right over to my screen here. All right. Okay, awesome. Now, basically what this does is if you look at the chart, normally, like on Poloniex here, this is the exchange that I prefer. You have some information that gives you the candlesticks. You can stretch out the time. There's zoom. You can do 6 hour, 1 month, 1 day candlesticks. So there's a little bit of stuff, and then there's the Fibonacci. It has automatic Fibonacci built into it, which are these orange or reddish looking lines in the background here. And then you can go to settings here, and there's actually, see how laggy Poloniex is. That's the other thing. Exchanges usually lag quite a bit. You can do SMA, EMA, Bolinear bands. So there's a couple things you can do here, but there's not really much, right? It's very, very simple, and that's okay. You really looking at price action alone is the most important thing. It's really, really important to understand price action. And basically what price action is candlesticks only, is looking at how the candlestick, what is the candlestick telling you? Because every candlestick tells you a little bit something about where the price is, trying to go. So let me show you how to use better charting software though. Or in this case, it's a website, and it's just called tradingview.com. So you can go there. And now let's say that I'm trading on Poloniex, so I have the exchange open. With most like other charting websites like Coinigy, you can connect it so that you can do the trades. I'm not sure, you might be able to connect the API to TradingView too. API just means that you can do trades on this charting website instead of the exchange. It'll just send the order through to the exchange, so you can connect it to the API. And Poloniex has an API too, so if you do want to connect it to a different website like Coinigy, you can do it with Coinigy Poloniex connection to do the trades on there. But for free, if you're just trying to do it for free, then you can just have the exchange open in one tab and then your charting in the other tab open, and then just place your order and use your charting software. So let's say that I'm trying to get into a coin right now. So I'm trying to decide what coin I want to get into, and I'm like, well, Ethereum has some pretty high volume. I'll check out Ethereum and decide whether I want to get into it or not. So I go right here and I search ETH or ETH, and I find Ethereum, Bitcoin, Poloniex. Okay. Now this is, it has all the markets on here basically. It has, world markets too, like gold. This is a pretty cool website. I like it. But you just go to the Poloniex one and you do interactive chart. And the reason you do Poloniex is because you want to look at the exchange that you're trading on, because that's going to, give you that's the best way to do it because that's the one that you're trading on. So, all right. So let's go ahead and look at this chart here. So if the candlesticks don't show up, you might have to right click and do price scale and then reset scale. All right, so what happened was we've had this huge run up in Ethereum. I will point out that it could be a triple top. So, you know, already as you can see, if I was in Poloniex, this would have been so much harder to point out these things. So it's just super important to use other places to really, you know, if you're trying to analyze charts, this is the way to go, is find a charting software or charting website and use that, because it will just give you way more tools to your disposal and it can really help you out. So this is definitely looking pretty good to me right now. I will say that we are in heavy resistance. See, and I can just draw a line right here and then draw another line right here because this is a resistance zone. And it's much easier to be doing this type of stuff on here rather than on Poloniex. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, we're up into this resistance zone. Let's see what the chart looks like in some smaller candlesticks here. Alright, so it looks like we barely broke through this resistance. So this could probably become support now, this area. Do you see how it's much easier for me to determine what's going on in the market when I can point and zoom and like actually interact with the chart? It's like an actual interactive chart, you know. It really goes a long ways. I also like to use the different candlesticks. I like the Heikin and Shi, and so that's what I generally use, and you can't do that on Poloniex. So this is looking pretty good. Support and resistance is it's in support and resistance right now. So basically what I would look for is it to break one direction. It either has to break below its support or above its support here. So right now it's just kind of an indecision point in the market, but I will say that it is in a pretty high resistance zone. So if I was day trading this, I would throw a short on right now because it's in a very important resistance, and it's also pretty good, you know, it's a pretty good entry point, because really at the end of the day, the most important thing is where you enter and where you exit. And so if you enter right here at this important support and resistance zone, then you can exit at another important support and resistance zone. So if you think it's going down, which my guess would be that it's going down on the short term, you know, maybe the next couple hours it goes down, maybe the next day it goes down or so. We're probably going to see a pull up here in Bitcoin. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, this is basically a really good entry point. If you're a short seller, this would be a good entry point to short sell the market. And if it proves you correct and starts going down, then you just start to, you know, trail your stop. You slowly bring down your stop loss. And you can keep typing that into the exchange. I have a video on stop and limit orders. I also have and how to make them. And I also have a video on trailing stop losses. So this is something that you want to, you know, to do when you're trading, is use something that's a little bit more interactive. It can really go a long way to give your trading a better idea. You can feel a lot more confident about your trades with this type of a platform like TradingView. You can be way more confident that you're making the right decision because you have a lot more tools and a lot more things that you can use as indicators. Really, price action is the only indicator that doesn't lag. So live candlesticks. Oh, that's the other thing. This is real time. So this is real time price movement. See, if we're looking at the 1 minute candlesticks, this looks pretty bearish. This looks like it's pulling down right now. It also dumped pretty hard right here earlier. But yeah, I mean, this is just what I use, and this is obviously everybody has their own way that they trade, and that's really important, is to be able to, well, I can't speak today, to be able to develop your own personal trading style, because everybody thinks differently, and it's such a psychological game that having your own way, developing your own trading plan is super important. I also have a video on trading plans if you want to check that one out. Now, basically what I am seeing is a bearish move. So this is helping me determine much better than if I'm just over here on Poloniex and I'm like, oh, it's up 25%, it has 94,000 Bitcoin in volume. 94,000, that's insanity. But like, if you're just looking at this, like, this doesn't really tell you too much. You might be able to say, oh, looks like it hit resistance and it's going down, but you can't draw on it. You can't draw a line where you entered in the price. See right here, if I buy in, say I bought in right now, I can just be like, come over to TradingView and draw a line where I bought in, and then see where the price goes in the next hour. And because it's real time, the line will stay there. The line stays. See, this candlestick is moving as we speak. It's making new information as this Ethereum gets traded right now. If we just waited here for, say, 45 minutes, you can see where you entered, and then you could move another line where your stop loss is, and then you have an asset trade, which I have a video on managing trades, and it's important to make sure that you have an asset trade, something that is going to profit you either way, even if it goes down. Because if you have your stop loss set in profit because you made the correct decision on a trade and entered at a good price, then your exit point can be put at an area where no matter what, you make profit, even if it goes down. So, if you buy in right here and then it goes up to right here, you can set a stop loss right here. That way, if it does in fact go down to that area right here, then you'll still make profit because you bought in clear down here. So, yep, that's why it's important to use software like this, and TradingView is a good free one. Like I said, you can check out Coinigy.com if you want a more advanced one. I actually highly recommend it. You can also connect it to your markets, do mobile trading. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is definitely something that I'm looking for when I go to make a trade. Is I hop right on my charting software and I do a little price analysis, and then I look at my enter and my exit, and I draw lines out where they are, and I just wait for the coin to do its thing and see if I'm right, and see if I can profit off of that trade or not. So yeah, I hope you learned something in this video. I hope that you guys can stay profitable and make money off of all of these amazing moves in the markets recently. It's been an exciting time, and I also have been really appreciating all of the subscribers and all the new viewers. Thank you so much. I just passed 600 subscribers, and that means a lot to me. We're seeing big moves right now. We have $1 billion in 24-hour volume. $1 billion. So that's insanity, excuse me. I can barely talk today, I don't know why. And the Bitcoin dominance is down 75%. See, this is something that's important to pay attention to. If you're trading altcoins and Bitcoin is there's a clear trend where Bitcoin is losing market capitalization over the total market cap percentage strength, which is to be expected when there's a lot more altcoins being made and there's only one Bitcoin. Now, you know, if this trend continues, then altcoins may take the value. See, the market capitalization in altcoins is really taking off right now. But I will say that this does look like a pullback area. I think Bitcoin is just getting ready to kind of take a lot of that value back into it, and I think that it will run up again here soon. So, alts can't run forever, basically. Well, they can. Everything can run forever. But this recent run that we're seeing, I expect a pullback on alts and a run in Bitcoin here in the next little while. We're just getting into important resistance zones, and so it's just a natural thing that happens in the market. So yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Ask me any questions you like, and you can go ahead and shoot me email if you like. I have an Instagram at WaveStopMusic if you want to check that out. But yeah, basically I upload every day, and this was Thursday's trading tip. And it's to use charting software websites, because it will really go a long ways for understanding where you're at in a trade and help you really, determine whether you should hold on to it or not, or whether you're making the right decision. It can really help with confidence. Now, if you want to go to my Twitter and vote, I've been talking about Ethereum hitting its recent resistance, and I think it will hit resistance around the 3.6 range again right here. And if it does, and it doesn't break above it, then I have this poll going on for 19 hours. So if you're watching this, within the next 19 hours, go ahead and vote on what you think, where the money is going. I personally agree with the majority, which is about 63% of the people that have voted think that it's going to go into Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is the money inside of Ethereum, once it leaves, has to go somewhere. If it does hit resistance and drop in value, the money has to go somewhere. And so the majority is saying that it's going to go into Bitcoin, and I think that's true. So yeah, 0% thinks rep. I think that's kind of interesting. 25 on ETC and 13 on US dollar. I kind of don't think the US dollar will get too much, but we'll see. This is probably about how the money will actually leave, if it does, is this exact ratio, or somewhere close to it, because the majority is going to have control of where the market goes. The volume makes, volume determines price. Volume is very effective of price. They are very correlated, so something to watch for. Which, by the way, we do have 1 billion in 24-hour volume, so this is amazing, and I'm very happy about it. It's a great time in cryptocurrencies to be seeing this type of movement and this much money going into it. But yeah, that's basically everything for today. I hope that you guys learned something and that you guys can continue profiting. And yeah, so stay tuned for my episode on Saturday. So that I don't upload on Fridays. I upload every day but Friday. So tomorrow I won't be uploading, but stay tuned for Saturday's episode. Yeah, thank you guys, and have an excellent evening, day, whatever time it is, and stay profitable.